Hello, my name is Don Harvey, and today I would like to talk about nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is essential in everyday life, and without it, we would have a very difficult time understanding one another. Did you know that in all conversations, roughly 90% of those are nonverbal, according to Professor Albert of psychology at UCLA? So let us go back to when we were a child. Once upon a time, when we were all infants, and as an infant, you were unable to speak, so you would use body language, facial expressions, or even touch to work your way around the world until you were able to talk. Today, I would like to talk about three of those nonverbal communications. First, body language, then facial expression, and finally, touch. As an infant, we all started out that we could not talk. So how did we let someone know what we wanted? An infant would kick their feet and start cooing and to show that they were happy. Or when they got a little older, they would rub their eyes to show they were getting tired. Excuse me. Body language has a great influence in everyone's life, and it presents itself whether people know it or not. For example, the way you stand, sit, or even move tells a lot about a person. For example, if a person is introverted, they tend to keep to themselves. They act shy, they don't like being part of the group, and they usually stand off by themselves. Someone who is extroverted is just the opposite. This person is outspoken, part of the inner circle, will show confidence and work with the group, and maybe even consider leading it. This body language shows how someone could be confident or shy just by the way they stand or sit. If someone is upset with you, they enter your space, puff out their chest, and try to make themselves look bigger, to appear more intimidating, try to show dominance, and push you out of the area that they don't want you in. This is just some of the examples for body language. Next, facial expressions. This is another nonverbal communication that shows emotional state as individuals, as shows state of an individual to others. With facial expression, with facial expression, a person can show disgust, happiness, anger, or even sadness. Or even me rolling my eyes when I flubbed up a line or two, or I thought I had done this or that. That is the facial expressions. And it is not just here in the U.S. It is universal wide, according to psychologist Sylvian Tompkins. While you were an infant, your first experience in a nonverbal communication was with your parents smiling down at you and using facial expressions. And after a while, you would learn this and you would start to mimic what they do. When you talk to someone or see someone come towards you, just by the facial expressions, you can tell, you can have a good idea on whether this person is happy, sad, mad at you. And then you will be able to adjust accordingly to what you are seeing. Finally, touch. This is another part of nonverbal communication that people use to interact with one another. Professor Kelter explains how companionship is literally just a fingertip away. As an infant, touch is very important. Infants rely more on touch than sound or sight for the first few months of their lives. While you grow up, touching things is how you learn and find out what is hot, cold, painful, like licking your finger and sticking it in an outlet, or even finding out something soft like your favorite blanket, or hard like the ground when you fall out of a swing. As an adult, you can learn about someone while they are shaking your hand, whether it's strong and rough, or if it's limp and kind of sad, or if someone comes up behind you and grabs your shoulder, or someone comes up and puts their hand on your shoulder. Just that one touch can tell you whether that person is happy to see you, or they are mad, or they wish you harm. These are just a few things that I have brought to your attention. Body language, nonverbal communication, in which the body language, instead of words, is conveyed. Facial expressions that show emotional state of an individual. And then finally, touch, where people interact with one another by the sense of touch, by feeling. So whether you are shy or bold or even young or old, body language, facial expressions, and touch are part of how people convey to one another in this world. Thank you.